Hi guys, I'm Smruti and in this video I will show you how you can implement consent mode on your website. So basically if you are targeting in the EU region, then you must need consent mode on your website. So due to the regulation, all the EU country, European country, they need consent banner on the website where user can, you know, grant their access so that you can track the user activity if you are targeting those countries. So in this video, I will show you how you can implement consent banner on your website using Google Tag Manager. So for this, we are going to use cookie board uh, CMP for implementing the consent mode. So first of all, you need to sign up to the cookie board, which is free if you have less than 50 sub pages. So just sign up for cookie board, and then after signing up, you will see this kind of option, and here you need to create your consent banner. By default, the consent banner will show like this. If you want to change the style, then you can play with all the features, all the design, then select the appropriate design for you. For now, I'll go with the basic one, the by default one. Okay, then I'll go back after selecting. You just need to save the changes. Then after that, go to domains and aliases, and here you need to add your domain. It's important because if you do not add your domain, cookie board cannot identify if you have cookie board consent mode on your website or not, and hence the consent banner won't work. So you must add your domain here. So here just put your domain. That's it. Add your domain. Okay, now after that you need to go to Google Tag Manager, then go to tags, and here you need to add a new tag. Create a new tag, and from here you need to select from the template library, and here search for cookie board CMP, add to your workspace, just add it. That's it. Now it is asking you to enter your cookie board ID. So you can find your cookie board ID from the dashboard, cookie board dashboard itself. So from the dashboard, go to implementation and scroll down. You'll find domain group ID. Just copy the domain group ID and paste it here. That's it. Then scroll down, and for the triggering, select the consent initialization all pages. Okay, and save it. Just name it whatever you want. Okay, then another thing is you need to implement the consent setting on Google Tag Manager. To implement the consent setting, you need to go to admin, then go to container settings. Then here you can see additional settings, and here you need to enable the consent overview. Check mark it and save it. That's it. Then go to workspace again, then go to tags, and here you should see another new icon, which is called consent overview. Just click here and you will see the consent. These are the consent not configured. I mean, these are the tag. The consent has been not configured for this. You need to configure the consent. So these are the built-in consent created by cookie bot. You can go with the built-in consent. Yeah, if you have another additional consent, you can add additional consent to it. So I will go with the built-in consent. So I will select this one, GA4 event conversion linker. You do not need to select cookie board, because by default it will fire each and every consent, each and every tag. Just need to select rest of the tag, GA4 and Google as conversion tracking. Okay, so here I have selected all the tag, and here you can see the built-in consent. That means if user grant add storage access, then only Google Tag Manager send the data to GA4 through this tag. And same for conversion linker, and same for GA4 tag and conversion tag for Google Ad. If you have another tag, one more tag, then you need to do the same for others. Yeah, if you create any other tag after this, you need to follow the same process to add the consent to each and every tag. Okay, then after that I will click on this one, edit consent, and edit consent setting. Then here I will go with the by default one. Okay, that's it. Then save it. Okay, so now if you see, the consent has been configured, and these are the consent. No additional consent has been configured, only the built-in consent configured for these tags. Okay, so if you want to edit it, then you can select this and edit it. And if you want to add additional consent, then just need to type your consent, whatever consent you want, then save it. That's it. So yeah, I will go with the built-in consent for now. Yeah, that's it. You're good to go. Now you can check whether the consent banner is working or not, and all the settings are working or not. So to do that, click on preview mode. Okay, then enter your website and connect. Let me enter my website. This is not the one. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so you can see the consent banner has been popped up. So here you need to deny it, yeah, allow section, yeah, allow all. So if you go to the tag manager and click on continue, you will see a consent things popped up. And if you select the consent, then by default everything has been denied, because we haven't allowed the consent. So let me allow it, allow all. Okay, so now if you can see some more things that popped up here. So yeah, so here you can see another consent appeared. And from here you can see uh, on page default denied, but we have granted everything. Our storage, analytic storage, add user data, everything has been granted. And now onwards, the tag these tag will send the data after grant, after see the grant an option on the in the consent. It will send the data to GA4 conversion link, yeah, any other tag you have. Okay, so in this way you can set up consent mode on your website. That's it. The next step is which is kind of optional, if you do not want to fire the tag. So let me show you. So here, if you see, let me show you that. So here on container loaded, we haven't granted the consent. The consent granted after that, on line number 11 we have granted the consent, but before that the tag has been fired. you see GA4 tag and conversion linker tag has been fired. So if you do not want the tag to fire, then you can do another thing, another restriction you can add to the trigger. For your information, even if the tag fired, since we haven't granted the consent, the Google Tag Manager won't send data to GA4 and conversion linker. I mean Google Tag. It won't send the data even though it fired. After grant the consent, then only it will send the data. But if you want to add one more layer of you know security for consent, then you can do one thing. You can see when we update the consent, this event has been fired, called cookie consent update. So what you can do, you can let me show you, because I'm in the home page. If I go to the product page, and every time I open another page, this one cookie consent update event will fire. That means it's kind of yeah. So consent update has been fired. That means it's kind of a page view event. So you can utilize this event to restrict all the tag fire after user grant the consent. Okay. So let me copy the tag, I mean event, then go to here, and I will change the trigger wherever I'm using all pages. So for this and for this, I'm using all pages. I will edit. Okay, so from here, you see we are using all pages for conversion linker and GA4 tag. So what I can do for the all page, I will change with that event, consent update event. So I will select this one and this one and change the trigger. I will create a new trigger. I will uncheck all page and create a new trigger for consent update. Consent update, and I will select the custom event and just paste the cookie consent update. That's it. Save it. So yeah, save it. Yeah, so in this way, you can restrict your tag, all pages, the tag which are firing on all pages, you can restrict it to fire only after user give the consent. Okay, so this is kind of advanced, this is kind of extra thing if you want to do, which is optional, but you can do that. In this way you can implement consent mode on your website using Google Tag Manager. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching.